Hi everyone, in this video we are going to look at the very popular new Ciate London collection, the Jessica Rabbit collection. This is a very small collection that you can purchase either through Sephora or Ciate's website. I will put a link in the description box below to where you can purchase these items. I will say that they have sold out for the most part, except for the eyeshadow palette. You can sign up to get a reminder for when they restock, if they do restock, but we have no information in terms of when that will be or how big the restock will be. On that note, I am so sad and disappointed to let you guys know that I did purchase the entire collection. That includes the highlighter, the eyeshadow palette, and the lipstick. And Sephora shipped me the wrong package. They shipped me someone else's package, which has never happened before. It was kind of strange. And it looks like our package, where we purchased all 3 items, was shipped to someone else. So by the time we contacted Sephora and had them re-ship us our box, the highlighter was out of stock. I did try to wait a few days to see if they would restock it and so that I could purchase it again to show all of you, but it doesn't seem like there may even be a restock of it, and it is also sold out at the Ciate website. So I'm very sorry that I cannot show you the highlighter. It did look very, very cute. It had the embossed image of Jessica Rabbit on it. I don't know that the color itself is super unique, but even despite that, and even someone who isn't particularly a huge Jessica Rabbit fan, even I was very drawn to the design of the blush, even though the color of the blush didn't necessarily look super unique to me. So I really apologize that I can't show that to you in a live swatch in this video, but unfortunately we didn't really have control over that mistake by the shipment, and we weren't able to replace that item. I do have the other 2 items though, so we'll go ahead and swatch, apply, and review those. All right, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on videos like this. Make sure you check out the latest video if you haven't seen it already, and that is for Tarte's new Sugar Rush brand. And I think a lot of people will pass this collection or this brand by because it is supposed to be targeted to a younger audience, but go ahead and watch it. I think you'll be surprised. It is at a more affordable price point. All the items are $25 or less, and the quality of the products is pretty on par with Tarte's main line. Of course, there's a little bit of variety, and you'll have to watch the video to see which items are better than others, but I really think that it could be a strong brand going forward. And if you are subscribed to the channel, you will see some upcoming videos, including this month's What's New in Beauty video, which is going to be massive. There are so many things that I have to talk about. A video for some new Neutrogena makeup that no one on YouTube seems to be talking about or be aware of, as well as some new Revlon eyeshadows that no one seems to be aware of on YouTube yet. So make sure you stay tuned and check those videos out too. All right, let's get jumping into Ciate London's Jessica Rabbit collection. Before we dive into the individual products, I want to show you the outer packaging because that's also really beautiful. So the items are housed in this bright pink, kind of magenta or fuchsia colored boxes. The eyeshadow palette box has the raised image of Jessica Rabbit along with her signature, and the lipstick box also has her signature on it. Let's start with looking at the Jessica Rabbit eyeshadow palette, and of course everything in this collection is limited edition. This retails for $39. This palette contains shadows that are inspired by the iconic Jessica Rabbit. There are 9 total shades. The formula is supposed to be highly blendable and ultra creamy, and the shades have finishes that are a mix of metallic, shimmer, and matte. And the palette is vegan and cruelty-free. So the palette itself is pretty hefty, and it has a kind of on the thicker side width to it. The cartoon image of Jessica Rabbit on the top. It is a clasp closure, and you get a full-size mirror in the lid with 3 rows of 3 shades. You get the names of each shade imprinted on the palette itself underneath the pan. If you're not familiar, I will do these swatches left to right, top row to bottom row, and I always swatch with an eyeshadow brush from Sigma over an eyeshadow primer. First up to swatch is Love Letter. Ciate lists this as a red glitter. It's kind of like a brick red with a metallic finish. Second is Oh Roger, which they list as a purple glitter. This is like a Concord grape purple, and it has multicolored shimmer particles in it. I see purple, kind of 2 shades of purple, and I think some gold in there too. Sunset Boulevard, listed as a gold glitter. This is a pretty deep and actually kind of dirty gold, I would say, with a metallic finish. Fourth is I'm Not Bad, listed as a bronze shimmer. It's a fairly orangey bronze. I would say this goes more like copper with a metallic finish. Fifth is Patty Cake, listed as a purple shimmer. This is a much brighter purple shade, more like an orchid purple with a metallic finish. You can probably tell so far with the swatches that these are not the smoothest or most opaque formulas. Sixth is Drawn That Way, described as a gold shimmer. This is a super pale gold, and it actually looks like it has a pink flash. Very pretty, kind of unique color. I don't think it's gonna pick up on camera right now. I'll try to get you up close and maybe we'll layer it so you can see what I'm talking about. It's Carrot Cake, and this is a matte peach. Next is Tuna Kisses, also described as a matte purple. Ciate's descriptions aren't very articulate, are they? This is a matte, pale, dusty, kind of lavenderish purple. And ninth is Honey Bunny, which is a matte cream. Pretty much my skin color. Wow, I don't even know if on the screen you'll be able to tell that I'm swiping anything. It's definitely there, but it matches my skin color pretty much exactly. Okay, so here are the 9 eyeshadows from the Jessica Rabbit palette. I have to be honest, not super impressed by the formula. The mattes are a little bit on the chalky side, and the shimmers are not super creamy. They don't apply super smoothly or with the boldness that you might think when you look at the pan. Let's go ahead and experiment. Let's do some layering and maybe apply some of these foiled, see if we are more impressed that way. So I'll go ahead and do 2 layers of the mattes here. Not too much of a difference. I think these will actually apply very nicely because the looseness or the powderiness of the powder actually will make them easier to blend, but just don't expect to be able to layer and get a big punch of color out of these, and they might, you know, kind of fade and muddle in with the rest of your shadows that you lay down. Okay, going back on top of Love Letter. A little more opacity. Oh Roger. So this one in the pan actually started to crumble, so I gotta be careful. I gotta use more of a pressing, dabbing motion on this one. Sunset Boulevard. I'm Not Bad. Patty Cake. I was hoping this one would build up a little more impressively. The other ones have built up pretty well and Drawn That Way. Not quite as crumbly as Oh Roger, but a little bit of that too with this shade. There are now the swatches with 2 layers of everything applied. Definitely a more bold finish on all of them, more smoothness, more pigmentation. And a couple of these I think are really good candidates for foiling. We're gonna do Oh Roger and Drawn That Way with that method. With a damp brush, here is Oh Roger. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful foiled. And you really get to see the different shades of shimmer in that color. And Drawn That Way. Ooh, that looks like a liquid eyeshadow. Still with a damp brush, I'm going to layer a little bit more on top. Okay, so those are those 2 shades with a dampened brush applied to get a much smoother, bolder effect. And next we're going to look at the Glitter Storm lipstick. This retails for $22. This shade is inspired by Jessica Rabbit's iconic glittering red dress to create the ultimate look at me lips. This next generation lipstick hybrid combines twinkly star-like pigments with a full color base for a unique metallic shine and shimmery finish. And it says that the bullet itself is coated in glittering pigments for instant wow-worthy results. We'll see when we're swatching and applying if that's kind of the equivalent of an overspray, which I suspect it is. But the packaging itself is made with a glitter design, absolutely beautiful, and the bullet itself really is stunning, stunning, stunning. I haven't, even with glitter lipsticks, I have not seen anything that looks this beautiful, but I think that it's because this glitter is pressed on the surface of the outside of the bullet. Hopefully you can see what I mean. I don't think that it continues inside the bullet. There is glitter in the bullet. I just don't think that it's the same as what's pressed on the outside, but I don't know. Maybe we'll be surprised. So let's see what we get. This is definitely an iconic, very glittery red. And you have all types of color of shimmer. I see gold and I see pink. I think those are the main 2 shimmer colors. And I'm gonna go ahead and swipe the side of the bullet to see if we get a different texture underneath the surface. Swatches don't look too different. I wasn't pressing as hard on this second swatch because the entire bullet was exposed, so I didn't want to break the lipstick. But here's what the bullet looks like after I swiped it. So obviously the texture is different there, but I don't think that the whatever's on the outside is as different as I thought it would be. That same pink and gold shimmer is in the swatch when we apply it, so maybe not quite the same thing as an overspray. The lipstick is easy enough to apply. It is not actually opaque at first, so I did have to layer to get a completely smooth layer of color. The glitter particles actually are not large, although you are still able to see the flash of pink versus the gold, which is nice. Now, when it comes to the collection itself, I'm kind of disappointed to say I don't think the quality lives up to the name of Jessica Rabbit or the hype. So when it comes to just focusing on the quality of the eyeshadow palette, I think that there are definitely drawbacks with the formula and the pigmentation and smoothness. It is a workable palette though, so you can, by applying more layers or using different techniques, get better payoff with the shades. I don't think there's anything bad about the color or the formula or the finish. I do think the lipstick is good quality and probably most importantly is very true to the inspiration of her dress. Now, all this said is of course understanding that the draw for, I would say 90% of people when they purchase these items is of course the inspiration. It's Jessica Rabbit, it's the nostalgia, it's the, you know, inspiration. It's not because people think that this eyeshadow palette in particular is going to be of the best quality. I don't think that Ciate is known even for having the highest quality eyeshadow formula. So of course, people will probably in general care less about the actual quality of the product versus getting an iconic item, a collector's piece, etc. And all of this may be moot pretty soon because it sounds like these products are going to be sold out anyway. So if you were someone who was thinking about maybe purchasing these because you like Jessica Rabbit, but you weren't sure in terms of the actual product inside the packaging, I wouldn't feel too regretful because I don't think you're missing out on a product that itself is super rare when it comes to being high quality. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the collection, about the quality, about the packaging. Do you think the inspiration is spot on, or do you think there was some sort of missteps in terms of colors that Ciate should have included that they didn't? If you purchased some of these items, whether you are happy with them, and if you didn't get to get your hands on any of these, whether you're super sad about that or if you're okay with it. All right, I hope this video was helpful to you if you were eyeing the Jessica Rabbit collection. Please give the video a thumbs up if you have a couple seconds. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video.